Welcome to the world according to Rich. Today I'm very excited to introduce a new feature on my vlog and on my blog. I'm going to be interviewing vloggers and filmmakers about vlogging. Sounds a little strange, but the fact is there is no single definition about what vlogging is. A lot of people who aren't involved in the community don't quite get what this is all about. So I'm going to start talking to people, talking to vloggers of all different types, talking to filmmakers who are just getting their foot in the door about what they see. Now, first up is Lane of LaneVid and the Funny Rats, who went to college and studied performing arts and graduated with the idea that he was going to make the big motion picture. But then he discovered online video. How are you doing, Lane?
Hey, I'm doing good, Rick.
You are speaking to me from the great state of Louisiana, correct?
Yes, I am.
So, go ahead.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Cool. I've never been there. I'm looking forward at some point in visiting.
Yes, definitely.
So tell me something. What is it that, I mean, if somebody came in off the street and sort of heard that you did something online, how would you tell them? How would you define? Because you do a lot of different things.
I do. How would I describe it? Basically, I create my own shows that I put online, and I build an audience around my brand, my LaneVids brand.
So what is the brand? I mean, how do you define that?
It's me. That's the best way that I can describe it. If you like what I like, then you'll like what you see. And I've graduated as a performing arts major, so I'm a fairly, I would think, charismatic person. I've got a good camera feel. I've also been behind the camera, so I know the technical side of doing it. And being an online video creator, you kind of have to be a jack of all trades. So I act, direct, edit, produce, the whole 9 yards. I'm the one that makes everything for my content online.
So, what is it, this sort of thing that you do? What is it what sort of audience do you attract, do you think?
That's very interesting, because I look at the stats on the back end of my YouTube channel, and I have a pretty wide range, more male than female, and a lot of older men for some reason, and I think it's the content that I put out. I do have roller coaster videos, and I did my best video is how to make your own HD TV antenna. And I'm sure there's a bunch of older men who are into that kind of thing, so that's what they go for. I also attract a lot of people around my age, 30 or so. I just think that they relate to me well. But that's my audience is very staggered, I guess you could say. I was surprised whenever I looked at my stats.
Oh, how did you get into this in the first place?
In 2002, I discovered that I love making video. And so I started just making these short little films and whatnot, and I mainly school project type of things in college. And I was talking with my friend who used to live here in Lafayette, and I was into making, I wanted to make my feature-length film. This was going to be the film that I was going to be known by and all this great stuff. And my friend told me, look, Lane, the future of video and entertainment and film is short and sweet. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna make this this great movie, long form, and it's gonna be awesome. And he said, okay, whatever you want to do. And he was right. Late 2007 rolls along, and I find this girl online, Justine. And she created a video called the 300-page iPhone bill, or whatever it was. And I saw that video go from, a few thousand views to the millions of views. And I said, wow, this girl who created a video all by herself on her computer, uploaded it to a website, and attracted this media attention. I said, I can do that. So I started in 2007 to really watch the YouTube community, the YouTube audience, and just to see what was going on there. And I found Justine, I found Rhett and Link, I found Philip DeFranco, I found all these great independent video creators on YouTube, and I was like, wow, I need to get into the game. This is the future of content. And if you ask specifically high schoolers and teenagers, what do they watch? They're going to tell you that they watch online videos. They're watching, the Shane Dawson, the Epic Mealtime, the Smosh. And it's not the LaneVid and the Funny Rats. They're not watching the primetime TV that it used to be.
How do we spread the word about what this form of entertainment is? Because it's something totally different.
For me, the way I look at it, and what I do on the Funny Rats at youtube.com/thefunnyrats, where I do a daily vlog, I put up a video every day of my life where I talk to a camera. That is a reality show. If you want to compare it to something with TV, it's my own personally owned, produced reality show. Right now, the thing that I'm getting into is looking for sponsors for my reality show. And that's what vlogging is to me. Or another way that I've heard vlogging being described is the commercialization of home video. And I think that's probably the best definition for vlogging.
And how would you, if you were to go back 7 years ago, or whatever it was, 5 years ago, and give yourself some advice, what would you give yourself? What would you tell yourself about how to sort of get going on this whole thing?
Well, let's go back then. 2006. I was finding Trigger Street, and I found YouTube, but I was looking for a way to make money with my online video. So I found a site called AssociatedContent.com, and they were paying me $5 for every video that I uploaded, plus they give me like a little royalty, a little kickback from the ads on there as well, and I still get a little royalty check from them every month. But that is where I saw, okay, I can make some money doing this. If I would have known how to build a better audience at a younger channel, then I would have started that way back when. Because that's the hardest thing to do, is to build the audience. But once you have an idea for how to do that, through contests, through interactions with them, through comments, and just keeping your content fresh, you start to gain this audience. You meet these great people from around the world that you would have never have met. I would have never have met you if it wasn't for YouTube. We would have never have met at the airport and gone to VidCon together this past year if it wasn't for YouTube. And that's what this YouTube community is about. That's what this vlogging community is about.
I think that's also a good point, because it's not just watching videos, it's interacting with your audience as well. It's an important part of it, right?
Very much so. That's probably the most important part of it, because people don't really look at you until you have the eyeballs in the online community. So you want to build a core group of people who will really stand behind you and really appreciate what you're doing for them, which is entertaining them every day. But you're doing it in a way where they are becoming more and more your friends online. And you want to talk to them. You want to have these discussions with them. And that's what the comments on a video are all about.
But what is the future? What do you see? Where do you want this to go?
Gosh, that's such a good question. For me, I love creating online video. I love documenting my life, because that's basically what I'm doing. Is every day, I'm putting out my video, and it's a documentation of my life. I'm very big into genealogy, so I kind of find that interesting, the historical aspect of it. But the fact that I am creating an audience, and I will hopefully see my audience just grow and grow and grow. And, I'll maybe get a sponsor, a couple of sponsors that'll sponsor the show, and I can make it a full-time job, or a full-time business, I guess would be a more correct term for it. I've become a partner with 3 of my channels, LaneVid, The Funny Rats, and LaneVids Mobile. So YouTube has put ads in and around my videos, so I'm making a little bit on the back end there. it would be my next step for me is to find sponsorships and to collaborate with more people online who also make videos.
I hope you enjoyed that. There's an unedited version up on my blog at worldaccordingtorich.blogspot.com. I look forward to your reactions, I look forward to your input, and I look forward to your perspective. I will see you next time.
Rich and I would be very happy if you would consider subscribing.